Oh man, looks like we found the real battleground state when it comes to legalized marijuana for recreational purposes. In Arizona, as reported by Angie Cole from ABC 15 Arizona, it appears that dueling groups launch ad campaigns. Now, I keep talking about these ad campaigns because it's the election season and stuff. I wish they'd start playing these marijuana ads, whether they're pro or against. I wish they'd start playing them on my videos because all I see is these stupid Narcon nasal spray. Sorry, I don't mean to call that stupid. That's important. I'm, I'm guessing that shit is expensive though. You know, to save somebody's life that might have died from an overdose, it's going to cost you a lot of money. But it behooves the the damn pharmaceutical industry to just give away that, because anytime, I mean, it's giving them a bad rep that all these people are dropping dead from their products. You would think. I don't know. It seems like it's not. All right, let's go through the article. The war of words ramped up between the two groups battling over legalization of recreational marijuana in Arizona. Both sides unveiled new advertisements on Monday. There's the No on Prop 205 campaign, which placed several hundred yard signs across the state showing the similarities between THC-laced edibles and regular food. Pro-pot camp Yes on 205 erected another digital billboard pointing out that the $500,000 donation from INSYS Therapeutics to Arizona Responsible Drug Policy. Now, if you didn't watch my video on that, INSYS is a company that makes a fentanyl mouth spray. That don't sound dangerous. It's anywhere from 80 to 500 times stronger than heroin. If your kid finds it, it's not really childproof. It just works like any other mouth spray. And one dose could be lethal to somebody who has a small tolerance to opiates and doesn't have a lot of body mass. INSYS is a Chandler-based company with manufacturers of subliminal spray for painkiller, fentanyl, yeah. INSYS is a company that's doing this the right way, quote, Adam Dugeyer, No on Prop 2 campaign manager, said. What? Quote, I think this is simply a diversion. We're very public on the donations we're getting. I don't even know what he's talking about, man. They're doing what the right way? Advertising against marijuana when they're selling death-dealing, addicting, highly addicting to the most addictive substance in the universe, opiates, and it's a mouth spray. And you know what else INSYS does? Well, they just happen to have a fake marijuana that they're trying to roll out, and as it turns out that their $500,000 was money well spent to try to stop marijuana, the real stuff, from infringing on their future profits on their fake shit. You know what I got to say to INSYS, man? Fuck you, man. You guys suck. You guys really suck. All you care about is money. You don't care about nothing else. You don't care about the kids. Because you make products that kids can die if they accidentally consume. You got products out there that look like, you know, something a kid might want to try for the first time. It's disgusting. It's really disgusting. The Yes on 205 billboard reads, Reefer Madness 2.0 paid for with profits from opiate sales, referring to the new television advertisement which claims marijuana has been nothing but a problem for Colorado and its schools. What, the new schools that they just built from all the tax money they're getting? What are you talking about? They ain't got no problems with that. Everything's been going off without a hitch in Colorado. Don't believe this propaganda coming from the prohibitionists. Nobody's having buyer's remorse. Colorado's doing fine. You know, if you want to see some real horror stories, just look at some of the people that have died from the products INSYS manufactures. Yes on 205 Deputy Campaign Manager Carlos Alfaro says INSYS has a vested interest in making sure the law doesn't pass. Quote, it hits their bottom line. That's the reason they're doing this, Alfaro said. Quote, so the opposition is taking money from shady businesses and big pharma and putting it against marijuana legalization because they know it'll decrease their profits because people get paid or get off of opiates because of marijuana. And as you've seen in state after state where marijuana is legal to whatever degree it is, Opiate use, opiate prescriptions, opiate overdoses, all down 25%. Don't believe me? Look it up. That ain't bullshit. That's real shit. Not propaganda. That's real numbers. Colorado, 25% less opiate deaths. All right. California, 25% less people getting prescribed opiates. State after state, opiate prescriptions are down anywhere from 9 to 30%. Michigan, 30%. And they're starting to feel it in their pocketbooks. A recent study published by the Journal of American Medical Associates Pediatrics, an arm of the American Medical Association, showed child ingestion and exposure cases spiked in the first year recreational marijuana was legalized in Colorado, with half the cases involving edibles. There are 600% increase. Oh my God. All right, first of all, what they didn't tell you is that nobody died from any overdose of fucking marijuana. Any kids, any children, they overdosed and they went to the hospital, they went home the next day. They're not mentioning the fentanyl deaths. They're not even bothering with that. You know why? Because this article is obviously written with a slant that favors the pharmaceutical interests in the story. An outside observer would just casually observe, wouldn't they? I mean, come on. Now, especially this sentence, there's a 600% increase in the accidental ingestion where recreational marijuana is legal. Didn't I talk about this before? That's when you have like 600%. What's that? Like a times 6? Like if you had one person and then all of a sudden now you have 6, that's 600%. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about numbers less than 10. All right, moving along. Alfaro said legalizing cannabis would put the underground market out of business, making it harder for children to get their hands on marijuana. That's been proven true. Colorado Springs Mayor John Suthers was in Phoenix last month to dispute that claim, saying the black market got worse after pot legalization there. He doesn't have anything to back that up. Now, like I've said before, I went over the numbers, and what did happen is that they found that people were, trying to do really big operations. And it isn't that the black market got worse. It's that when they go to bust a black market grow op, which they normally didn't even do before, usually these things flew under the radar, but now they're really looking for them because they're trying to keep everybody in compliance and no one gaming the system or whatever. So, but now they're finding them and they're shutting them down, and they're huge. They're like, thousands of plants instead of tens or hundreds, Despite all this bullshit, Arizona will decide on November 8th whether or not to legalize marijuana. And before I reported on poll numbers, and the polls are tightening up, at this point, it's anybody's guess. I'm still on the side that either Arizona's going to flip one way or another. Either a bunch of people are going to go vote against Donald Trump and they're for Hillary Clinton perhaps, or they're for Jill Stein, or even Gary Johnson, God forbid. Science forbid that they would be against Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. But basically, they're going there as a protest vote, and most of it's going to be probably protest Trump vote, I would say. You can split it up among the other candidates. No one wants Trump, so it's that everybody's going to go vote for somebody but Trump to make their little statement. And they're really voting against their own interests every time, because this election's just totally freaking rigged. But when it comes to the marijuana initiatives on these ballots, they're going to bring more people there, and they're going to have another objective view on the top of the ticket. These people might not have ever voted before, but now you're going to have, hey, we got marijuana, you want to come and vote? They're like, yeah, let's vote for that. So everything is up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen in Arizona. One thing I know for sure is incest, evil company, spending dark money on just evil things, like undermining the legalization of marijuana. That's just draconian these days. And people, younger people that are coming up are just like, what is going on? They see right through your bullshit. Older people, they accept this shit. They're like, oh yeah, Just let them do whatever they want. Not anymore, man. Your days are numbered.